Let's dive into the latest on President Trump's tariffs and how it's shaking up the markets. On a surprising note, President Trump recently announced a 90-day pause on his reciprocal tariff plans for all countries except China. He mentioned that market unrest and people's concerns were driving this decision. However, this pause doesn't apply to existing 10% duties on other countries, or the specific tariffs on steel, aluminum, and autos. Interestingly, Trump also decided to exempt certain U.S. companies from these tariffs, claiming that these decisions would be made instinctively. This move has raised questions about the decision-making process and potential favoritism. Meanwhile, China continues to face increased tariffs, skyrocketing to 125% due to what Trump calls their lack of respect. Now let's talk market reactions. The immediate response was overwhelmingly positive, with the S&P 500 seeing its best day since 2008, surging by 9%. This highlights the market's sensitivity to trade tensions and the economic fears lurking around a potential trade war. Despite this temporary relief, many are still worried about the long-term effects of Trump's unpredictable trade policies. The 90-day pause might seem like a breather, but uncertainty about what happens after this period remains a significant concern. The focus on China and the risk of escalating tariffs could further strain the relationship between the world's largest economies, impacting global supply chains, investment flows, and consumer confidence. So, what's next? This pause grants the U.S. a window to negotiate trade deals with countries like Japan, South Korea, and Vietnam. However, the timeline for these negotiations is unclear, and it's uncertain if they'll be wrapped up before the pause ends in July. The administration's aggressive and unpredictable approach to these negotiations could complicate matters further. In conclusion, the path ahead is murky, and the outcome of these trade negotiations will have significant implications for the global economy. Businesses and investors will be keeping a close eye on any signs of progress or hints about the Trump administration's long-term trade strategy. So how will these tariff changes affect the global economy? Share your thoughts below.